number one.
Joe, you
Number
agreed
two.
with Bernie Sanders, who's far left, on the manifesto, we call it, and that gives you socialized medicine.
Look, hey, I'm not going to listen to him. The fact of the matter is, I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm here standing facing you, old buddy.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days early. You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to do is
Super Tuesday. You got very lucky.
Here's the deal.
No, sir.
With $1 billion, if you
that
get rid
is
of
absolutely
you know what,
not true.
You're doing it.
You're going to
Not
have
true,
gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but I see it seems to be. Why should I be different than the two of you? So here's the deal.
Good point.
We have 6 segments. We have ended that segment. We're going to go to the next segment. In that segment, you each are going to have 2 uninterrupted moments. In those 2 uninterrupted minutes, Mr. President, you can say anything you want. I'm going to ask a question about race, but if you want to answer about something else, go ahead. But I think that the country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak with fewer interruptions. I'm appealing to you, sir, to do that.
Well, and him too.
Well, frankly, you've been doing more interrupting than he has.
That's all right, but he does plenty.
Vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
would you answer that
because
question?
the question is the question is
radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's
on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
this
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck. That was the worst debate I have ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace. And it's primarily because of President Trump, who spent the entire time interrupting, not abiding by the rules that he agreed to, lying, maliciously attacking the son of the vice president. When asked to condemn white supremacists, he brought up the name of a neo-fascist far-right group and said, stand back and stand by. We'll talk about who won the debate, who lost the debate, but I can tell you one thing for sure. The American people lost tonight because that was horrific.
You just took the words out of my mouth. You used some high-minded language. I'm just going to say it like it is. That was a shit show.
Chris Wallace did not act as a moderator. Donald Trump did not act as a debater. Yeah. Donald Trump was the abuser, and Chris Wallace was among the abused. Also among the abused, his opponent, who had a debate challenger who was cheating. I mean, those were not the rules. I participated in debate negotiations. There are rules. Donald Trump didn't follow them, and the debate moderator didn't hold his feet to the fire. And everyone who was suggesting, oh, there was nothing he could do, try driving down the freeway in a rainstorm with an 8-year-old in the back screaming. There's always something you can do. You take the iPad and you throw it out the window. There is always something you can deprive a misbehaved child of. In this case, it was Donald Trump's desperate need for the oxygen of airtime.
And I need to just pause for a moment and say, that was crazy. What was that?
It was a train wreck, but it was a train wreck of the making of one person. I mean, we know who did it. President Trump did this, and in some ways, it's the only way he knows what to do. He bulldozed over the moderator, he bulldozed over Chris Wallace, bulldozed and at times flustered Joe Biden. But I don't know if anybody wouldn't have been flustered by the president's behavior and the president's performance. It was a pure train wreck.
I have post-traumatic stress disorder just having to watch all that over again. It was so bad. I mean,
Every
just
second
terrible,
was painful.
Just terrible debate. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. I mean,
I want to go to the room right now. John Carl, you were there in the room. You cover the president. Your thoughts?
George, the debate was a total mess. It was a mess of interruptions, petty insults. I was in touch with some people on the floor who told me they were stunned by what they were seeing transpire on that stage. Donald Trump came across like a bully. There was an avalanche of untruth statements that came out. Joe Biden did not have a particularly steady performance. I could say, really honestly, it looked as if both men lost this debate, and in that sense, the real loser is Donald Trump, because as we said at the start, Donald Trump was the one that needed to change the dynamic of this race. He is the one that is losing. He is the one that needed to change the trajectory. He is the one that needed a big win, and that did not happen tonight.
And the extremely weak, the frail, the confused, kind of angry Joe Biden just got steamrolled by President Trump. Joe flat out refused to answer simple, basic, fundamental questions, unable to respond to the president's beatdowns, and he appeared flustered, irritated, and, well, cranky. Joe, maybe he's past his bedtime. Probably stayed up too late, needs his nap. Anyway,
Yo! What was that? What was that? Will you denounce the Proud Boys, Mr. President?
Well, the Proud Boys. Well, stand back and stand by, boys.
So after the first debates, I don't know if anybody won. All I know is, for the next debate, I'm going to stand back from the TV and stand by a bottle of wine.